Unlock your dream property with Meeks Realty Group, where Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality. Whether it's residential or commercial, we've got Charleston to Huntington covered. Your key to exceptional real estate experiences start here. Meeks Realty Group. Contact us at meeks.us.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey, folks, a good Monday morning to you. Welcome to the show. Matt Guitar Murphy is our producer today. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show comes to you from the Par-Mar Store studio. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. We're brought to you by Thornhill Auto Group, including Thornhill Ford. Find the best in presidential savings all month long. Visit thornhillford.net and on the road to Total Savings US 119 in Chapmanville. Phone calls to the show, a service of Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, Spring Street, Charleston. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Taylor, Virginia Street, Charleston. Visit bestmastertailor.com. Monday edition of the show. Let me just say we actually have decent weather to start us off this week, and that makes me happy. Coming up this morning, as the flood cleanup continues in southern West Virginia and eastern Kentucky, for that matter, we have an event that we're going to be doing on Wednesday on our parking lot here at 1111 to try to help out, do our little part of this. What we are going to do is we're going to clear off our lot here at 1111 Virginia Street East, as we've done in the past, and we're going to set up shop, allowing you, the greatest listeners in the world, to drop off stuff. This time around, it's cleaning supplies. We're teaming up with Union Mission and the Charleston Dirty Birds, and also Members Choice Federal Credit Union to collect items for flood victims. And I'll go over the entire list of what we are looking for, because it is kind of specific. Actually, I have it posted on my social media on Dave Allen Radio and also at Dave A70 on X, if you'd like to check that out. Logan Scott, who is the program director from one of our stations here in the building, V100, is going to join us to talk about that big event. Plus, this weekend, if you're an outdoorsman or an outdoors person, the place to be is Morgantown for the West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show at Mile Park. Rachelle Beatty will join us to talk about that. And apparently your humble radio host here set off a bit of a social media firestorm over the weekend because I asked a simple question. With all the flooding and devastation in southern West Virginia and, as I said, eastern Kentucky, where's Donald Trump? He has been remarkably silent during all this, especially since we are a state, in my opinion, that has bent over backwards for him. And we're going to get into that coming up a little bit later on. Plus, your calls and texts are welcome, too. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. I want to welcome now to the show a gentleman by the name of Brian Connell. He is the Vice President of Federal Affairs at the Leukemia and Lymphonia Society and a spokesperson for the group Keep Americans Covered. He joins us now. Brian, good morning. Did I get your last name right?
You sure did. Thanks.
I wasn't sure whether it was Connell or Connell, and you probably heard it both ways, right?
That's right.
All right. Tell me about this group, Keep Americans Covered. What is the group? What's it all about?
Yeah, so it's a good question. It's a group filled with organizations like mine. So Leukemia and Lymphonia Society, we're out there fighting for folks with a diagnosis of a blood cancer. And there's all types of groups representing all types of different patients and just everyday consumers who are part of this group, Keep Americans Covered. It's a coalition that is fighting to keep healthcare affordable and accessible for the 50,000 West Virginians and 24 million Americans who rely on premium tax credits to afford their health insurance.
And these tax credits, explain how they work.
Yeah, so, they are a really key part of the way that we keep health insurance affordable. It's already tough enough, but it's even harder without these premium tax credits. So folks qualify for the tax credits based on their income, and those tax credits go to helping keep the healthcare affordable for residents who need it. So, we're thinking these are folks who are buying health insurance on the marketplace. A lot of folks qualify who buy that coverage that way, and includes, many of our small business owners, small business employees, folks in really rural areas, families, hourly workers, early retirees, all different types of folks who rely on the marketplace to get their health insurance because they don't necessarily get it from their employer, are using these tax credits to make sure that they can afford the premiums for their health insurance.
And you talked about the number of West Virginians. What was that number again for West Virginians that rely on these?
Yeah, so 50,000 West Virginians, so about the size of Charleston, rely on these premium tax credits to afford their health insurance. And
so obviously there's a lot of concerns because this is, as you said, a national coalition, but there's a lot of concerns here for the Mountain State specifically.
Exactly, because the challenge is these tax credits, if Congress doesn't act by the end of this year, those tax credits are going to be cut by more than half for a lot of people. So if that happens, the healthcare costs are going to skyrocket for those 50,000 West Virginians. And, I think we can all say those are folks that can't afford for their insurance costs and healthcare costs to suddenly skyrocket. I think an example, a 60-year-old couple could see their premiums increase by $32,000 a year. And a family of four could see something closer to $18,000 a year. That's a burden that almost no one can afford, right?
Yeah, exactly right. We're talking to Brian Connell again, who's the Vice President of Federal Affairs at the Leukemia and Lymphonia Society and a spokesperson for the group Keep Americans Covered. Let's talk about what people need to do. What's the call to action here, as we say in the advertising world, Brian? What do people need to do if they have concerns about this?
Yeah, I hope folks are concerned because it is concerning. We don't want folks to lose their health insurance. So, to learn more and to contact your local representatives that represent you in D.C., we'd ask folks to visit americanscovered.org online. You can learn more about the issue, learn more about what it means for West Virginia, and be connected directly with your representatives, senators, the folks who are going to make a decision on whether these expire at the end of the year and we see a big skyrocket in folks' healthcare costs.
All right, Brian. Very important stuff. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to join us, man. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, that is Brian Connell again. He is the Vice President of Federal Affairs at the Leukemia and Lymphonia Society and a spokesperson for the group Keep Americans Covered. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Coming up a little bit later on the show, we're going to talk about the West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, which is going to be held in Morgantown this coming weekend. Rachelle Beatty will join us to talk about that. And also we're going to be joined by Logan Scott, Program Director and Afternoon Host here in the building at our sister station V100 to talk about our big drive-through campaign that we are going to be doing to help out the flood victims in southern West Virginia. We're teaming up with some really good folks like the Charleston Dirty Birds and Union Mission and Members Choice Federal Credit Union for this event on Wednesday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. on our parking lot here at 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston. I understand I have a phone call, so we'll go to the phones. Good morning. You're on the show.
Well, good morning. How are you today?
It's my old friend Tim. I recognize the voice. How you doing, buddy?
Well, doing pretty good. I wanted to give you a call. While I don't normally do social media, I don't read the National Enquirer either for the same reason. I did happen to see your post, and that is a good question. We've had significant flood damage, and you are right. West Virginia has done much for Donald Trump, but we're not really seeing any flood relief here. And really, it seems like he's torn down the mechanisms to receive that. FEMA's lost several employees, somewhere in the thousands, and they're talking about abolishing it completely. So what would even be the mechanism were we to get that kind of declaration?
And this goes back, and I kind of prefaced this at the top of the show. I kind of mentioned it, and I did a little social media on Saturday and Sunday talking about this. And I understand, and I've spent a lot of time in southern West Virginia, obviously being from there, and I know how FEMA works and things of that nature. My concern was the fact that Donald Trump hadn't even mentioned it in anything that I've read. But you're right, with the dismantling of some of these federal organizations, although I don't think it's going to be an overnight thing, there are a lot of concerns about it, and this is an area of the United States that is the and I didn't mean this as an insult, Tim. I just said the Trumpiest of Trump in this part of the world, and to my knowledge, there's not even been a mention from the president about the flooding in southern West Virginia and in eastern Kentucky.
Well, not at all. And to be honest, we got my concerns about our state government as well. A lot of people may be familiar with the fact that they've promulgated a call for a survey response. They're having a survey on the damage response. I have to say, Frontier has had my phone out for the past week. Fortunately, I've been able to call into you, but Frontier hasn't been able to get phone on, so that doesn't work. But calling, checking in on their disaster survey, you go online and it's not working. You can't file there. It won't take addresses. So then the next process is you dial 211. They don't return calls at 211. You leave a message and there's no call. And then, and is it true? Did the new Republican governor not announce that the just passed Republican governor a $400 million deficit we're facing from his misspending? Is that accurate?
Well, it depends on which metric you use, Tim, because that's what the incoming governor has said, but others have said that's not entirely true. So I guess the truth is somewhere in the middle, possibly.
I would hope that the governor of the great state of West Virginia would be telling the citizens the truth. Mm-hmm. And I would also like for him to be speaking about our disaster problem here and Donald Trump. You are right. I mean, both Jim Justice and our current president, our current Governor Morrissey, they both knelt and kissed the ring for Trump. And just like Trump said, I want your vote. I don't really care about you. Apparently, that's coming to fruition here because we are not seeing any response whatsoever from the feds. And not only that, like I say, we're seeing an erosion of their capability to help folks out up these hills and hollows. What is the answer? If our own governor won't go and plead the case, what are we going to do?
All right, Tim, I got to move on. I appreciate your phone call. Thanks a lot. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. Birds having a season kickoff party at Go-Mart Ballpark Saturday, March 8th from noon till 6. Get your season tickets then, plus all sorts of giveaways, free mini golf, inflatables for the kids, picks with Dusty, the mascot, and more. For more, you can visit Dirty Birds' Facebook page or dirtybirdsbaseball.com. Let me knock out a couple texts here. Text says, heard the news that Dan Bongino is the new deputy director of the FBI. Does that mean we don't have to hear his mindless propaganda from noon till 3 on the radio any longer? Do you think we can get someone who isn't a right-wing propagandist to fill that slot? I'd like to listen to the station more, but noon to 5 a.m., it's either sports or right-wing propaganda, says a texter. Text says, ask Coop of Bongino going off the air with his appointment, can we have Clay and Buck back? He gets the text as well as I do. We'll talk about that on, I'll leave that up to the bosses. How's that? Dex says, saw you on Twitter. Trump doesn't offer thoughts and prayers because he doesn't believe in gods outside himself. He's not even culturally Christian, let alone plus. The Christians that voted for him know that deep down, but he provided the access to power they want in government. Christianity is thoroughly captured by politics. It is pathetic. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses live to make life better for you and your family.
No matter where you are never far from a Par-Mar store. From gas to groceries and everything else you need, your local Par-Mar store has it. Sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card and download the Par-Mar Stores app for even more savings. With well over 230 stores in 6 states, you are never far from Par-Mar. Visit parmarstores.com and follow them on your favorite social media app. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
According to Feeding America, over 7 million seniors nationwide were food insecure in 2022. West Virginia is no different. Hi, I'm Jason, President and CEO of Union Mission Ministries. For 113 years, Union Mission has focused on helping people in need. Right now, our senior citizens need our help. That is why Union Mission is partnering with local senior living facilities to get food delivered directly to those in need. Will you help us reach more seniors? Visit unionmission.com to learn more.
What if your high school junior or senior could graduate with a year of college already done? At Wynn Academy, they can. Students earn free college credits in nursing or advanced manufacturing while finishing high school, saving time and thousands in tuition. Spots are filling fast. Apply by March 4th at bridgevalley.edu/Wynn Academy. Wynn Academy, a year of college while in high school.
As retirement approaches, are you confident in your financial plan? At 4th Avenue Financial, they specialize in helping you to prepare for this important milestone. Whether you're concerned about income, investments, or leaving a legacy, John Burdett provides personalized strategies to ensure a secure and fulfilling retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Trust 4th Avenue Financial to help you retire right with confidence. Your financial goals, their expert guidance. Visit them today at 4thavenuefinancial.com.
Securities offered through Jenny B. Cole Financial Incorporated. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny B. Cole Advisors Incorporated.
922, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Snap Fitness. Snap offers a wide array of professional wellness services, including customized personal training, licensed recovery experts, and a staff of dietitians. They have 5 convenient locations: Charleston, Hurricane, Winfield, Barbersville, and Milton. Visit snapfitness.com for more details. Got a picture text here. It says, not sure what's going on, but they have all 3 lanes blocked on 64 East before the Oakwood exit. Oakwood entrance from the corridor is blocked as well. Appreciate the texter for giving us that information, and I got it up to the newsroom. We're trying to see what's going on there. But again, the texter says all 3 lanes blocked on 64 East before the Oakwood exit. Oakwood entrance from the corridor is blocked as well. If you are an outdoors person, you already know by now the place to be this weekend is Milan Park in Morgantown for the West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show. This is a production of WVRC Media and Rachelle Beatty, and I think Kelly's with her too, join us to talk about it. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. How are you?
I remember doing this last year, and it's like I'm talking like to the Pointer Sisters or something. You guys are like in harmony here with both of you.
We share a brain. Yeah, I think we got called the Bobsey Twins this morning.
Okay, all right. So what's going on up there this weekend?
Well, it is our 23rd annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, and we're so excited. We have lots of great vendors from all over the country, all over the world, really. We have people from South Africa coming, from Canada, so we're just so excited to see our vendors, and we can't wait for you to meet them too.
It's going to. I've been up there a couple times for this event, and I'm not the most outdoorsy guy in the world, but I'll tell you, there is something for everybody, to use the advertising cliche up there. And I understand that Mr. Outdoors Chris Lawrence is going to be there too. Is that right?
He will. He will be there Saturday morning.
And I guess he's doing his show from there, right? Because that's what he normally does. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. How many years has this been going on?
This is our 23rd year.
23rd year. And again, it's a great family event. And the weather, and I know it's been the same up in Morgantown as what it has here. It's just been crap, So it'd be a good opportunity for people to get out of the office, or get out of their homes, I should say, and start looking forward to fishing season, hunting season later, but let's take care of fishing season first. And there's going to be a lot of outfitters, as you said there, and a lot of big names people are going to recognize.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have some special guests from West Virginia. We have The Chase with Ted and Amber and Whitetail Frenzy. Kenny usually comes up for that one. And these are our West Virginia folks who have their own shows on Pursuit Channel, Hunt TV. We also have Bad Outdoors coming, Hunt Chef, and Josh White's Outdoor Adventures. So great people from all over, and they want to meet you too.
And I'll tell you, one of the things I say about this is that, to use the cliche, ladies, there is something for the entire family there, because the little kids, the big kids, there's all sorts of demonstrations and things of that nature. If you're an outdoors person, this is definitely the place to be. And I know you've got a Facebook page set up. Give us the website and any other pertinent information. We're going to have you on later in the week to get into more specifics, but tell folks what they need to know.
The website is outdoorsportshow.com, and you can find a full list of all the seminars and schedule, ticket prices, hours, and everything on there.
All right. Well, again, it's happening this weekend up at Milan Park in Morgantown, and it's going to be a great, great event. A lot of us will be up there. Look forward to seeing and talking. And I'll talk to you again about it later this week. As we get closer, you'll have more things to add to it, I'm sure. I appreciate you both being here.
Thank you.
All right. Kelly and Rachelle there, with the West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show being presented in Morgantown this coming weekend. It's going to be a great, great time. And again, Mr. Outdoors, Chris Lawrence, will be there. And I do believe he's doing his show live from there, Outdoors Today, West Virginia Outdoors, because he does it every year, I think, pretty much from there. Lots of seminars and stuff. And again, the weather has not been the best in the world all winter time long, but there's an opportunity for you to get out and to get ready for the great outdoors. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. This coming Wednesday on our parking lot here at 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston, we are going to be teaming up with Union Mission and our good friends, your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds, and also Members Choice Federal Credit Union for a drive-through event where you can drop off various cleaning items to be given to those in need in southern West Virginia. And again, if you want to see specifically what we are looking for, we're always looking for cash. We'll take cash, credit cards, things of that nature. But if you have the actual stuff, if you go over to my social media, Dave Allen Radio, you can see specifically what it is that we need. I've got it posted on Dave Allen Radio, and I've also got it posted on @DaveA70 on X. You can go check that out there and see specifically what we are looking for. Logan Scott from one of our sister stations here in the building, V100, is going to join us to talk about that coming up a little bit later on. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. Poor indoor air quality can cause a variety of health issues like allergies, respiratory problems, and more. Pinnacle offers specialized indoor air quality services for residential, commercial, and industrial-type settings. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can hurt you. Let me get to some text. Man, the texters are busy this morning. Text says, I'm not a Trump voter, but this crusade attempting to show Trump doesn't care about West Virginia is a ridiculous stretch, first planted by the West Virginia Democratic Party as a tool to whip people up. But in reality, it will prove to be foolish, and promoting it will prove to be even more foolish. Well, I am certainly not a member of the West Virginia Democratic Party. I'm not. I'm a registered independent, former Republican, but now a registered independent. And I was not the first person that brought it up, but I can certainly tell the texter I'm not in cahoots, if you will, with the Democratic Party of the state of West Virginia. It's just kind of something that occurred to me, like, where's Donald Trump during all this? Text says, abolish FEMA. Those morons who voted for Trump can just pull themselves up by their bootstraps. You wanted an end to government handouts, so you shall get it, says a texter. Text says, Dave, I am conservative, but I don't want to hear someone yapping 3 hours on the radio. We need to fill that slot with some good local shows and programming, says a texter. This is in reference to Dan Bongino being named, what was the title? I think Deputy Director of the FBI. I can tell you, and I'm not in the programming side of things here in the building, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with the Dan Bongino show. I was told by someone in the business that he's probably going to continue it through March. I don't know that that's a fact. But look, the thing about Bongino is, as I will say this, because somebody on social media asked about his credentials. I mean, the guy does have an extensive Secret Service background. I will say, and it's never good to criticize your own company. I'm not criticizing the company necessarily, but I'm not necessarily a fan of the show. But that's just me. I was a huge Rush fan because Rush was entertaining. I just don't know that I see Dan Bongino as very entertaining. But that's just me. Everybody's different. Text says the governor of West Virginia needs to issue an executive order that says all lanes of interstate cannot be shut down unless he personally approves it. In no other state do emergency workers shut down entire interstates. It's almost exclusive to West Virginia. In other places, emergency workers ensure at least one lane is kept open to reduce the dangers of backed-up drivers who are stuck with nowhere to go. Text says I-64 is rolling roadblocks for hole patching. It's open and moving slowly. I appreciate the texter for throwing that out there. Text says, man, a lot of text today. Good morning, Dave. I understand that you're a Republican, and I'm not a Republican. I was, but I'm not now. And from my point of view, if you're a physical conservative, I get that. But how do you explain the level of today's party? If Reagan were to see how Trump is giving Putin favors, I'll just say that. Glad I caught that ahead of time. He'd be rolling over in his grave like a rotisserie chicken. This is unprecedented to let a civilian run amok, and it's wrong. What are your thoughts as a texter? Let me just say that I think that we all could agree that government does need some trimming. I don't know myself that taking a sledgehammer, or in Elon Musk's case, a literal chainsaw, to it is the way to go. And now you're starting to see a little bit of pushback, even from Cash Patel. I mean, telling people not to answer the emails. And what this has to do with, they sent out these emails to various government workers saying, explain what it is that you do, explain what you've done in the last week, the last month, or whatever. And the incoming dude there, Cash Patel, told people not to answer it. So could we be seeing little chinks in the armor here? I don't know. Text says, Dave, when I watch the response to the flooding on the news, I don't see the West Virginia National Guard out helping the southern towns recover. You need to talk to Governor Morrissey concerning this and have him explain. Thanks. I have actually, I'll beg to differ there, because I know in Williamson the National Guard has been out there. I do know that for a fact. I saw some pictures of some friends of mine over at the Williamson Fieldhouse over the weekend helping to distribute various things there. Let me see here. Dave, Donald Trump has been golfing. West Virginia didn't bend over backwards for Trump. West Virginia bent over forward and said, please, daddy. And what do West Virginians expect when they voted for Republicans who don't think the government is used for anything other than cutting taxes for the wealthy? Text says, the Commerce Secretary said on the Fox Entertainment Channel that Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid will be going away. Hope all these retirees, disabled people, and seniors are ready to get back in the workforce and earn their paychecks and insurance. MAGA sure is helping West Virginia, says a texter. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Bridge Valley. Their Wynn Academy can provide free college credit in nursing and advanced manufacturing to students while they're still in high school. Visit bridgevalley.edu/Wynn Academy for more information. Text says, how about Steve Bannon and that Mexican actor doing some awkward arm gesture at CPAC that Elon Musk did? Actions speak louder than words. When are West Virginians going to start listening? Says a texter. Text says, some of you people are despicable. You hate someone only because they are conservative and prove it every second of every day with your constant rants. Before starting his own show, Dan Bongino was a 2006 Presidential Protection Division Secret Service agent, first assigned to George W. Bush's second term. Then he was so well trained at his position, he continued protective duty for Barack Obama through May 2011. Educate yourselves and open your closed mind just a teeny bit, says a texter. Text says, Dave, checking in on the rocket ship ride. Also, Bongino is a raving lunatic, perfect to join the most incompetent administration of our time. Text says, maybe Trump is too busy trying to think of the 5 things he accomplished last week so he can send to Elon. Okay. All right. Now, that was funny. Text says, Dave, Kristi Noem immediately contacted and spoke with Governor Morrissey concerning the flooding to offer whatever help the state needed for recovery. Look it up, Dave. I will say this about Governor Morrissey. I think Governor Morrissey's done a great job in this. Now, there's always people that are going to say that a government official, president, or whatever can do more, can do better, whatever. But I think overall, I think Governor Morrissey's done a great job. He was boots on the ground. He's been right there. He's been touring the area. I give him credit. I think Governor Morrissey has done a really, really good job in handling this so far. You may disagree, and that's okay. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony V. Taylor text 304-935-5008. Older adults should protect themselves against severe respiratory disease. Talk to your doctor about flu, COVID-19, and RSV vaccines. Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Back to the flooding for a moment. We have an event coming up on Wednesday here in our parking lot, 1111 Virginia Street, East in Charleston, in conjunction with the folks at Union Mission, the Charleston Dirty Birds, and Members Choice Federal Credit Union, where we're going to be collecting various items. All of our stations getting involved in this. Logan Scott is the program director of V100. He'll join us to talk about it right after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for supporting local small businesses.
When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Office 222 Capitol Street, Charleston. Cases will be handled by West Virginia licensed attorneys. The attorney in this ad is not licensed in West Virginia. ForThePeople.com.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Nobody does President's Day like Thornhill. Hey, it's Sydney, inviting you to Thornhill Ford Lincoln on the Thornhill Motor Mile, where you can find the best of the best in presidential savings. We're talking Benjamins. New 24 Ford Escape or Bronco Sport, available up to $6,500 off. 24 F-150 STX, up to $8,000 off. 24 Expedition, up to $14,000 off. You want it, and Thornhill has it. Plus, Thornhill's 10-year, 150,000-mile warranty with your new purchase. Visit us online at thornhillford.net and on the road to Total Savings, US 119, Chapmanville. Qualify for all offers through Ford Motor Credit. See Thornhill for all details.
Thank you to our Hurricane High School broadcast boosters, Parmar Stores, Peyton Law Firm, Putnam County Bank, Vital Flow, Rivers Health, Putnam County CVB, and Generations Physical Therapy.
22 minutes away from 10, Matt Guitar Murphy, the producer today. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony Potato text, 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Live Healthy West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine. Live Healthy tackles pressing health issues, heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and RSV. It's a podcast offering insights into medical breakthroughs and preventative care, featuring WVU Medicine's expert physicians aimed at fostering healthier lifestyles in and beyond the great state of WV. It is a valuable resource for all. Check out the latest episodes, WVMetronews.com, to the podcast menu, and start your journey towards better health today. We've all seen the devastation in southern West Virginia and in eastern Kentucky, too, from the flooding last weekend, places like McDowell and Mingo counties in West Virginia in particular. We're trying to do our part to help out. We're calling on you now, the greatest listeners in the world, to help us out. We're teaming up with Union Mission and the Charleston Dirty Birds and Members Choice Federal Credit Union for a drive-through event happening on our lot, 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston, Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. We'll start till 6 p.m. One of our events that all of our stations will be taking part in. Logan Scott is the afternoon host and the program director of V100, and he joins us now to talk about it. Logan, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. And I would just like to add, West Virginians, we always come together and pull through for each other. Mm-hmm. So it's great that we were able, I don't want to say to throw this together, but to throw this together last week.
Yeah, it was. And big shout out to the folks at the Andy Shea and the folks at the Dirty Birds, and also to Members Choice Federal Credit Union, and also Jason and the folks at Union Mission, because it was very interesting. We were having a little meeting upstairs talking about this, about what we could do. My phone, I get a text from Jason Quintrell over at Union Mission saying, hey, Dave, we would like to team up and see if we can help out here. And I was like, well, guess what? And I held my phone here.
It.
Guess what, guys?
Yeah.
We got our guy here. But no, you're right. West Virginia is very giving people. And whether it's when we do things like the backpack attack, whether it's trick or treat, or what Rob has done with the sock drop and the turkey drop, we got the greatest listeners in the world, man.
So it works the same way. These the drive through our parking lot. It's the disaster relief bucket drop, and like you said, Dave, it's this Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. 1111 Virginia Street East. Now we're collecting items such as N95 masks, laundry detergent, household cleaner, dish soap, air freshener, scrub brushes, brushes, and hygiene kits as well.
Can you say that again?
Scrub brushes. I thought I messed it up the first time. I don't think I did. And also hygiene kits. So think of washcloths, towels, combs, nail clippers, soap, toothbrushes, bandages, 1 gallon reusable bags, and again, buckets. So we're going to collect all of these items on Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. with Union Mission and the Charleston Dirty Birds here at our studios, 1111 Virginia Street East. And again, it's presented by Members Choice Federal Credit Union.
Yeah, and again, great, all three of those great members of the community. And I'll say this, yesterday, my wife was out running some errands and spending money.
Yeah.
Well, it's her money. She can do what she wants to with it. But she made a trip to Dollar Tree yesterday.
Yeah.
And she got a heck of a lot of stuff that I have in my car that I've got to bring in. for not a whole lot of money. She got a lot of those items at Dollar Tree yesterday.
$1.25. There you go.
Yeah. So you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on these things. And look, just like we say when we did the sock drop, we had a lady that brought in 250 pairs of socks. We had one person that came in and they had one pair of socks.
Absolutely.
We will. I take it back. They probably didn't have one because I don't know if you can buy one pair of socks, but
like one package of socks.
They had a small pack of socks.
Right.
Also.
But we'll take it all because it all adds up.
And we will. And again, if you've never gone through anything like this, there's nothing as nasty in the world as a flood.
Right.
I've been fortunate that I haven't, but in my time in southern West Virginia, I have seen enough of it. Just the mud, the muck, and the smell.
Yep.
That is everywhere. And just you look at when your homes, your businesses have been destroyed, Logan, you look at it like I don't even know where to start.
Right.
And there's been so many people that have already stepped up to the plate. And look, we are not doing this for publicity or whatever. We're just doing something to help out. And a lot of our stations in the company are doing this in various parts that have no ties at all to southern West Virginia. We and so many others just want to help out.
Absolutely. And you can help us help those in need this Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Again, kitchen and work gloves, N95 masks, dish soap, air freshener, scrub brushes, hygiene kits as well, towels, washcloths, combs, because people are losing things in their house as well.
Yeah.
So
the things that you think you never have to buy.
Absolutely.
Because things like fingernail clippers, you think, well, I don't know if I've ever bought a pair in my life. I thought they just came with a house.
Right.
So it's the things like, and you can't go wrong with good old cash.
Absolutely.
We'll take that as well.
Yep. And again, teaming up with Union Mission and the Charleston Dirty Birds for the disaster relief bucket drop this Wednesday.
All right. And again, we'll start at 7. And the sock drop was amazing. Yeah. But it was a little cold.
It was. We're going to have good weather on Wednesday.
The weather is going to be fantastic. It'll be a little cloudy and like in the mid to upper 60s. So unlike last time when we were all looking at each other going, well, I thought it was your turn to go out. I thought it was your turn.
Everybody's going to
want to be outside up there to help us out. And again, we'll start at 7 a.m. We'll go all the way to 6 p.m. And this is one of our events that we're all involved with. You represent V100. Yep. I represent WCHS in the Mountain. Steve Animal's going to be there from the Mountain. Woody and the folks from the Beat will be there. Rob and Chapel and Crash from KWS. We all kind of come together for these things.
And it's a great event, too, just to see everybody come together in not just here, but company-wide, like you said.
All right. Logan, what's going on at V100 these days? I want to give you a little plug for your station across the hall. What do you got going on these days? What exciting?
Steve and Jenny, wake up with them. You can tune in with me afternoons 2 to 7. The drive at 5, I take your request for the drive home. And at 4:20, it's the Now Trending Report. So you get the latest in what's going on celebrity-wise.
What did I was listening the other day, and I heard you doing something, and if I butcher the name, I apologize.
You're good.
You're doing some kind of it's a retro thing. I know Jenny does the thing with the 80s, but you're doing something like a little newer retro, like the 2000s.
Yeah. It is the 2 o'clock 2K song of the day. So I feature a song from like 2000 to 2015.
And people listening going, well, that's not retro.
It kind of is. Yeah.
Classic rock now, if you want classic rock and retro now, is 2005.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Well, and I grew up listening to 2000s. I'm like, there are so many, I don't want to say lost hits, but lost hits of the 2000s that, it's good to pull out of the vault.
Yeah. And you're doing good stuff over there, man.
Thank you. You can stream us online, v100.fm, or tune in 99.9.
And all you got to do is tell one of us in the building, talk about your station. And then
they're
they're all about it, man. Logan Scott, program director and afternoon host of V100. I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks a lot. And I'll see you out on the lot on Wednesday.
Sounds good.
Let me knock out a bunch of text here. Text says, in addition to cleaning products, will you possibly accept pet foods? Also, I saw reports that the shelters got hit hard. Also, they got the animals out, but the lost dog and cat food. So, yeah, look, we're not going to turn anything away. Those are just the things that people are asking for, that we talk to the people. And Union Mission is going to help us facilitate all these items down there. But talking to people that are actually boots on the ground right now that have been there since last weekend when this flood first hit, those are the things that they specifically ask for, those things that Logan just mentioned. But you want to give something else, again, we're not going to turn anything away because everything can be used. And again, you can't go wrong with simple cash as well. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Meeks Realty Group. You can unlock your dream property. Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality. Whether it's residential or commercial, they have Charleston to Huntington covered. Meeks Realty Group is your journey home, and it all begins with them. Contact Rich the Realtor, 304-932-7488, or email R. Klein, that's Klein with a K, Kline, at meeksrealtygroup.com. And a little programming note, Rich the Realtor will be with us in studio tomorrow. So if you'd like to get a real estate question answered, or you got any kind of questions or comments about the real estate market here in the Kanawha Valley, Rich the Realtor is a guy to talk to. He will be on the show, top of the show, coming up tomorrow. We'll also spend some time again talking about our flood relief drive that we're doing on Wednesday. And we're going to talk about Certificate of Need in West Virginia. David Goldberg is with Vandalia Health. He'll join us to talk about that on the show tomorrow. Text says the government employee's email sounds like a boss issuing a personal performance review. It's the equivalent of taking an open book test in school. This outrage, and that was in quotation marks, this outrage by some employees is all about being busted for doing nothing and being held accountable for it. Text says the Republican Party is an authoritarian project. I can't wait until the common folk who think that they are special, they are the special few, realize that they are only useful to the billionaires who are consolidating power and money, says a texter. Text says, has President Trump okayed Governor Morris's request for flood disaster relief yet? Not that I am aware of. Not that I'm aware of, which is one of the reasons why we spent time talking about things like we have today. And I do want to mention, too, that, again, as Rachelle and Kelly told us, the 23rd Annual Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am happening this weekend, March 1st and 2nd, Milan Park in Morgantown. Saturday hours 9 till 7. Sunday hours are 9 till 4. Every outdoors, every possible thing with the outdoors will be in one place. Chris Lawrence there, too. If you need more information, visit WVOutdoorSportsShow.com. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. We're going to take a break. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you looking for a technical job in the medical field? Generations is growing and looking to add on job-trained physical therapy techs to our rehab team. To apply, visit one of our 7 convenient locations or simply click on us at generationspt.com.
For your build or restoration, you can always count on us. Professional service and dedication, charity's the name to trust. Saving you more, saving you time, providing quality building and design. Right on time, right on budget. Call on Charity Construction.
Banking is not just about numbers, it's about people. Are you connected? Without a community bank, your financial journey might feel lonely. And who will you turn to when life gets complicated? From checking accounts to loans, Poca Valley Bank has you covered. We are here to support you with personalized service and genuine care across our 8 locations. Poca Valley Bank, your community bank where relationships matter. Visit PocaValleyBank.com for more information. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Stay ahead of the political curve with Meet the Press, the legendary political talk show that has been a mainstay of American television for over 70 years. He is also on the radio. Get unique insights into the complex world of politics with thoughtful analysis and in-depth interviews that never fail to deliver. Don't miss a single episode of Meet the Press, Sundays at noon on 580 WCHS.
We got 9 minutes away from 10 on this Monday edition of the show. McIntyre Murphy is our producer today. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is presented in part by Hudson's Pizza. This month, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and a pepperoni calzone. $21.99. Eat in, pick up, or get delivery. Find your closest Hudson's at Hudson'sPizza.com. Text says, Dave, please have Governor Morrissey on the program to provide an update on the relief and support received from President Trump. Thanks. Well, Governor Morrissey is always welcome on this show. He has not been on this show as far as since he became the governor, but he's always welcome on this show, and he's always welcome on with TJ and Dave on Talkline as well. So let me, in case you joined us late, I want to get back to this President Trump thing for a moment. And I've had like 3 or 4, at least I know people follow me on social media because I had the caller that talked about it. Then I had people texting the show about it too. Basically, all I was doing, and I did a written post on my social media on Saturday, and then I did an actual recorded. That's the Sunday Dave look, with the baseball cap on and a flannel shirt on yesterday. Basically asking, as it pertains to the flooding in southern West Virginia and eastern Kentucky, where has President Donald Trump been? And I get it. As I said earlier, I understand that things take time. And again, I applaud Governor Morrissey for being in the area. I think he's done a stellar job, in my opinion. But unless I just missed it, I don't know that President Donald Trump has even mentioned the flooding in southern West Virginia. And again, I understand the FEMA, and I understand red tape and so on and so forth, but he's at CPAC over the weekend. How about he just say, and our thoughts and prayers are with the people of southern West Virginia and eastern Kentucky with all of its horrible flooding. That's kind of what I was getting at. Now, I know thoughts and prayers aren't going to get your basement cleaned out. I get that. But at least to show a little bit of empathy here, to say, how devastating it was, especially in an area where President Donald Trump is basically a deity. I had someone on social media when I did my post on Saturday, someone commented and said, "You can count me as one of those who worships Donald Trump." And I'm thinking, ain't nobody south of heaven that I worship. I can tell you that right now, whether it's Donald Trump or whomever. So, I mean, you can like a person, whether it's a politician or an athlete or whatever, actor or singer or whatever, but as far as worshiping somebody, heck no, I ain't worshiping anybody on this earth. I can tell you that. I don't know. I just was kind of just wondering. Texas FEMA won't come in until invited by the state. No request for a declaration means no FEMA, says a texter. A text says, Dave, I see now the sheriff's department giving Purple Hearts to wounded police. It's a slap in the face to veterans. I was not aware of that. DJ Meadows is here. Hey, man.
How are you, sir?
Oh, just doing what I do. Doing what I do.
I hear you. I got a poll up on X that might be topical right now with what you're talking about. The poll says, friend, it's at TJ Meadows 304, by the way, on X. Friend and colleague Amanda Barron recently reported that FEMA is currently conducting joint preliminary damage assessments in West Virginia, a first step before a major disaster declaration in requested areas. In your opinion, Trump will declare it? Trump will not declare it? Trump is late in acting. So far, 46.6% say he will declare it. 8.1% say he will not. 45.3% say he is late in acting.
I don't see how he doesn't declare it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. But I would be one of those that says he's probably late in declaring. But again, it's not just about the declaration. To me, what rubbed me the wrong way was the fact that we have not heard a damn thing out of the president of the United States on this flooding. That's what got me.
Wouldn't be hard, would it, to maybe drop a line or say something?
10 seconds.
I will say this, Dave. My sources on this tell me that what is being promised on the ground in terms of FEMA relief will not bring the area back and will be less than what FEMA will provide even under a Trump declaration.
Mm-hmm.
So what I am hearing is that the promises that are being made and the level of support that will come or that is promised that will come is different from reality. That's what I am being
told.
told.
And again, this area, and this is an area that's specifically, I'll talk about Mingo and McDowell County. I'm very familiar with, and areas that are no strangers to this type of flooding. But many people, and if you've heard the interviews, Jeff spent time down there, Chris spent time down there, you and Mr. Wilson are going to be down there doing Talk Line from there on Thursday.
That's right.
They spent time there. They talked to people who have said, TJ, that this flooding is at a level to which many, and people in my part of the world where I'm from, harken back to like 1977. Some go back to 1963. Many of them will say that this is flooding and devastation that they've never seen before.
And you have to wonder, how many times do you go through that before you say enough is enough and you leave? One of the things that's emerging from Jeff's reporting is that folks on the ground there are saying, we just hope we don't lose more people. We hope we don't lose more people. At some point, Dave, I think you reach your limit. You go through this a number of times and you think about moving on and getting out. And these events tend to have that effect. So it will be interesting to see how many folks, out of just desperation, being plain worn out by what happens, just say it's time to go.
It is a very economically depressed area, and you have a lot of older folks. West Virginia in general is the oldest station in the nation, so oldest state, I should say. So you have a lot of people that probably don't have the time, the money, or the energy to move. There's not a. I mean, I would hazard to say there was probably very few 25-year-olds that got flooded down there.
But could assistance be used to help in that? Could federal assistance be used to help propel that? I don't know.
Maybe,
I'm asking. I don't know.
Maybe. All right, let me knock out a couple texts here, then we'll preview your show today. Text says, Dave, Trump have empathy, ? Is this a comedy show? That's the text. Well, it's been called that. Text says, Dave, I hear that President Trump has played golf 10 of his first 30 days as president. Is that true? I don't know. I have seen a lot of people asking about the amount of time that President Trump has spent playing golf. I don't know. I can't back that up. So I don't know.
And I don't care. I care about the job he does. I don't care if you play golf 8 days a week. If you're getting the job done. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent. If you're getting the job done, I don't care what you do in your leisure time.
Text says, if Republicans want to run the government like a business, why would they invest in an area that's been continually losing population and businesses for decades? In a business mind, that is a bad investment, says a texter. I will say this, and then we got to go. I will say that there's been a whole lot of money over the years spent in McDowell County to try to get people to move there, and it ain't worked.
It won't.
All right. What do you got going on the show today?
Coming up 10:33, Senator Tom Takubo stops by. We'll talk about SB 460. He got up and pontificated against that bill. It didn't do any good, but we'll talk to him. 10:06 to start the show, Senator Shelley Moore Capito. We are going to talk about those 80 jobs that DOJ cut in Parkersburg from the Bureau of Fiscal Service. That's a division of the Treasury. That, the budget, and a whole lot more with her at 10:06.
All right. If you've not done so already, make sure you download the Metro News television app. That way you can actually see TJ Meadows and Dave Wilson. You can see them live and in Technicolor. Download the all-new WVRC Media app as well. My producer was Matt Guitar Murphy. Thank you so much. I will see you again tomorrow morning. We'll do it again. Till then, have fun. I love somebody.